Hey everybody, just wanted to do a quick update. We're going to be, Rusty over at Hellcorrex and I are going to be doing a little Oldhammer painting challenge that we'll be doing an announcement for in the first week of September. It'll also be related to also when the Musty Wargamers is starting up in September, the show again. And this is sort of just a little bit of a reminder to anybody that has shown interest and mentioned it to me that you're considering joining us for a Oldhammer. It doesn't. We'll talk about it specifically, but it's going to be able to be whatever you want it to be. Like Rusty and I are doing Eldar in the sort of Rogue Trader era, but you can do anything, and we'll talk about the details. Just from that period, you know, early Warhammer stuff, fantasy or sci-fi. These are just a little quick look at what I'm going to be working on bringing, and I've based this stuff up and primed it. It's kind of bright right now because it's all white, but I have really all late 80s stuff here for Eldar. This one here is actually a gift from Nick over at Idic Beer, and this is like probably my favorite Eldar miniature. It's just, you know, there are a couple that compete with it, but I would have to say this is easily among my favorite, if not my favorite. The early sort of egghead Farseer. I just find it looks so good. It's so alien looking from the beginning, very mysterious looking, and I just love it. And so wanted to paint him up. I have a really old Warlock as well that I'm actually including. And then I'm not really doing any aspects. Now, I have had other folks that have donated some interest to me that are like aspect warriors. I'm just doing the Guardians for the most part and the early space pirates. I'll talk in the future about my plan on painting these guys, but I have like some of the earliest Guardians that are sort of like this group here of Guardians, and these are single cast metal miniatures. These are really early ones. There were like, I'm missing one of them, but there were like 5 or 6 of them. And then I have some of the first miniatures that I got when I got back into collecting Oldhammer stuff again for Rogue Trader are these guys. Now, some of them are single cast, but they're mostly not. They're mostly had plastic arms and stuff. Like this guy's all metal, single cast. But then like this one here, which is one of my favorite ones, I just really think that the sculpting is so good on the head. It just looks really good on this guy. Guy or gal, I'm not sure. Gal. And so, plastic arms and guns. Now that I've primed them up, I think they look fine. You know, I've puttied and primed them, but they were a little tough to restore because they're the original plastic arms and guns, and so they're really, after stripping them and after this many years, showing a little bit of wear, but I think they came out nice. They're very cool looking. I am happy with these guys. I wasn't looking forward to actually puttying and repairing them and stuff and getting the plastic parts up to speed. But then, lastly, I have some of the earliest Eldar miniatures there were, and they're the original space pirates, and this one's holding like a mega gun. Got this one with a heavy weapon. This, I believe, was a leader type. And then, of course, a big part are going to be the 2 different dreadnoughts that I have. So I have 2 dreadnoughts here. So I'm really excited about that as well. I have one with a scatter laser and one with, I believe it's missile launcher that I've got there. And yeah. And so, yeah, so really looking forward to this. I'll talk more. I've kind of alluded to and mentioned some of my plans in the past that I'm going to be doing with these, and I'll talk more about that after we do our announcement and talk about the actual Oldhammer Painting Month in September. So yeah, if you've got some old models, you know, late 80s to like mid 90s area, and you want to join us, fantasy, whatever, we'll talk more about it, and yeah, just start digging them out and getting them ready. Okay, take care, everybody.